Okay, so here am I, completely committed to this new approach, which is to track the count as well as every single hand, and to then transcribe it over to Excel, the same basic format all the time, to keep an eye on the card count and its viability, its relevance. And I don't have an axe to grind about card counting. I recognise that it's like a religion for a lot of blackjack players. I'm just suspicious of it because anything that the casinos recognise, whether for good or ill, like if they're saying, "Well, this is a terrible thing. We're not going to allow this," or whatever, then you can bet that it's to their advantage to take a particular stance. I'm not paranoid about casinos. I'm not promoting conspiracy theories or anything stupid like that. I just know that their entire business is based on the stupidity of their customers and their knowledge of the psychology of their customers, so that they can adapt their games accordingly and squeeze harder, tighter over time. I mean, things like this new game now where a dealer 22 is a push. I mean, that is, it should be illegal. But the Nevada Gaming Commission is in the pockets of the casino business. Let's not pretend otherwise. And the same as, and I only focus on Nevada because I've got so much experience in Nevada. Sorry. But the situation basically is that the casinos are I hesitate to say crooks only because the authorities think they're wonderful. The sun shines out of their bloody gold-plated assholes, So it's talk about swimming upstream. But hey, never mind. I just got to keep going. And so what we've got here is 0 and a 25 thingy bet. I've got to move everything around on my desk because it's all a bit different now. But Turbo disappeared for some reason. I mean, look at this. That's it. They call that Turbo, Mr. Shackelford? I mean, come on. God damn it. So it takes forever to get anywhere. Okay, so that didn't work. And now we're dealing with 0 and 50. Come on, what are you doing, man? Jeez. Well, I can't blame him personally. It must be something. It's something wrong with my computer or his computer, is all I know. Okay, so that's a repeat. And still a 0 count. Jeepers creepers. Biggie. No biggie. Okay. So back. Oh, that should have been 100, that last one. So that's 2, 3. Back to. That's a drop to 25 to the minimum. And then the bet is 2, 3. I made a mistake there. I do that sometimes. Just to make sure you're paying attention. I don't think this thing is helped by the fact that my computer is now working hard with a huge editing job, and this is not an Apple by any means. So that's a player win. So the next bet is 300, and the true count is 1. Yeah, the count is not looking at all good right now, but, I really don't have an axe to grind. I don't, honestly. Oh, that's nice. A well-timed blackjack. Can't complain about that. Okay, back to the min. Oh, Stan, damn it. That is so stupid. Oh, I forgot to do the count there. I think it was 1. Definitely a double. Will it be enough? You're definitely going to have to use your speed button here. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just this is crazy. That was a player win, and 50, and the count remains +1. And another little natural, and about 75. And how is the count still +1? Don't know. I've got to do the stand again. I suppose it's all to do with the running count up there, and divide that by 7.27, and you end up with 1. So that's fair enough. Okay. Next one is 75. And on we go. Oi! That's a dealer jobby. So oh no, that's 200. 1, 2, because we've only got 2 wins in this sequence. If we had 3, then we would chase it, but otherwise we treat it as 1, 2. So 1, 2 it is, and the true count remains 1. Okay, 6 will do. Oh, not 8? No, 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 that's no good. Okay. So that's 3, 2, drop. Count is 2 now. So we're back to 200, and the count is 1. Oi! I didn't think that was going to cut it somehow. 5, 4, and the count is 1. I'm not doing the runaway thing here. I just switch when I run out of money. 5, 4, that's 9, 10, and the count is still 1. Bugger! Damn it! Okay, back to the minimum. Count is 0. So we've got 2, 1 in thousands is the next bet. I'm going to run out of money in a minute, but that's all right. Oh, I hate that. Okay, so it's 1,000. And 0, so 2, 1. Oh, God. I do think that stand thing. I know I keep saying it, though. I got to stop. So 2, 1. Well, that's not really going to be good enough against the dealer's ace. Look at that. Oh, dear. 3, 2. And still 0. 3, 2. That's helpful. I got this wrong somewhere, haven't I? I must have done a miscalc at some point. Because even when I stand on this, oh no, that's all right. No, that is correct. Okay, we're now at 762 a hand. Yeah, I forget sometimes that, of course, the bet in the middle is deducted. This is why this sim is so damn good, you know. Okay, so we're back to the min, and the true count is 1. And don't forget your speed button, because this is slow, slow, slow. Always go back to the minimum. Okay. I'll take a hit. 10 would do. That's not quite going to cut it. Oh, it did cut it. Okay. So that's player 50 is the next. True count 1. All right. Dealer. That'll be 51. TC 1. Don't you dare. You ratbag. Okay, double for the tie. You only double after a push if it's 100 or less. Maybe. There we go. Dealer's 22 would be a push. Pfft. What was that? That was a yes, wasn't it? Alexa, stop. God, I'd be a wash. But I think it's very important to drink water, especially when you need to keep your blood flowing well. Okay, so back to the min. Very important. Have I mentioned that? Oh. That's a blackjack. Next bet is 50. And the count is 1. Oh, fuck. Pardon me. It's just so ridiculous, that. Oh, dear. I mean, I suppose that Mike Shackelford might say, yeah, well, that's just in case you want to double down. But on the other hand, this algorithm, if you get a soft 21, like, I don't know, 6-4 and ace, it just automatically, gives you a win. No, it doesn't give you a win, but I mean, it then moves on to the dealer. So, make of that what you will. Gordon Bennett. We're all going to be here till we die at this rate. So that's 51. Count is 1. I can save a little bit of time by not doing the repeat because I've got everything down in my notebook here. So it is very odd, though, the way it's doing this. Yeah. So double for the push, and the count is 1. Oh, bugger. Another 200. And the count is still 1. This could be bad. It couldn't really be worse, could it? Oh dear, oh dear. So we had 51. I think it's got to be. Well, hang on, hang about. I got a bit confused here. 50, 51, 50 cents. It's got to be. Can only be 5-4 now, which is a bloody nuisance. And the true count is still 1. Normally, you don't more than double your bet, unless, of course, you're in the drop zone. Ah! So that's going to be 9-4, and we're dropping, and the count is 0. So we're in the drop zone now. Repeat. Oh dear, it's awful, isn't it? Okay, so that's a yes. And the 0. So we're on 9-4 right now. Right, so that's player. 9-4, that's 5-6. Still a 0 count. This is a turnaround bet, we hope. Uh-oh. Well, obviously we've got to hit that. And obviously we've got to hit that. Ah! So that's 11-12. And we're now at -1 on the count. Oh boy. Oh dear. That's not good. Could be better. There we go. So we got a little bit of a break there. So that's a yes. So our 11-12 paid off rather nicely. So we're 2,750 ahead right now. And we're doing what good boys do, and we're going back down to, and good girls too. Got to say that. I had a good friend of mine visiting me for lunch the other day, and we were talking about the obligation that we all have in relationships to sort of like compromise, go with the flow kind of thing, you know. And if your partner feels particularly strongly about something, then don't go to war about it. Just just bend like a tree in the wind, you know. I mean, unless it's something that's against your religion or against your principles or whatever. But he ended up by saying, bless him, he said, you know, I think women are better than us. And I thought, you know what? I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's really grown up to be able to consider that possibility, because most men are not capable of considering that possibility, probably me included. Okay, come on, hurry up and bust, will you? Damn it. And it's a dealer 22 again. See that so often, it's hilarious, really. 20, 25, player. I think we were on 0, and then we're on 0 again. 50 is the bet. I'll take that. Thank you very much. 75 is the next bet. TC 0. Oh, God. I just keep forgetting that because it's so alien to real life, you know? Oh, fiddle faddle. Okay, so that's a double for the push and a -1 TC. And that's a double now. Uh-oh. Definitely not good. Oh, maybe it's getting better. No more fives. Ah! Okay, so that was a failed double. So that's 3-4. 3-4. TC 0. Yeah. Seven, 8 is the third. TC still 0. We're catching crap, aren't we? So 15-8 and drop. And we're still on 0. 15-8. God, this slow thing is just so strange. When is the wizard trying to tell me something? I think that was 0 and its player. So 7-8 is the bet. No, it's 15-8, isn't it? 15-8. 10! Dealer 22 again. Now it's 7-8. And -1. That would have been nice. Bust it! There we go. Okay, so we've come out of that alive, and we drop down to 25, and the TC is still -1. God, it's a pity you can only go to double speed with YouTube, ain't it? Because if ever there were a case for quadruple speed, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it's quite possible that it has something to do with my editor grinding away there, but I don't know that that's possible, is it? Okay, so that's a wash, and the next bet is 50 and -1. I like to hit those, but you know, I got such grief. Oh, nice one up there. Very clever. Okay, that's 51. And we're still at -1. Don't! And that's a repeat. And we're still at -1. And that's got to be a double. Might work. Oh, God. Yeah, it's a repeat. That was right. Don't get a 7. Get an 8. Be nice. Oh, look at that. Not quite enough. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, yes. That's a Y in my lingo. Okay, so we go back to the min and we're still on -1. We always go back to the min. We've got our money, got our little prize. So we go back to the min and then we hit that one. And we hit it again. Well, that screwed that up, didn't it? Not any help. Players 22, that should be a push. Dealer, so next bet is 50 -1. All right, so next bet 50. Oh, nice surprise. Maybe. I can't help thinking that maybe the wizard is telling me, leave my sim alone. I'm gonna slow it down to trickle speed. So you go away. Okay, so that was player. So that's a repeat. TC 0. Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear. So that's 100. Still TC 0. Blimey, O'Reilly, you really are pulling them out, aren't you? The next one is 300. Still 0. Eh? Yeah, it's funny. I gave up on the last one. Not gave up, but I mean, I was disappointed with the last one of these. You know, my very first session doing it this way, because it was that's 5-3 and back to the minimum and 0, because it was too much in my favour over the long haul, and this is absolutely horrible now. So 5-3 and we're dropping. Oh, God. Repeat, still 0. Let's call it 6-3 because we had a couple of nasties there. 6-3 minus 1. 6-3 minus 1. Maybe. Uh-oh. Look at that. Good heavens. 9-6 minus 1. Boy, that was really shitty. And they say this is rigged, that I'm somehow controlling this? What do they say, 9-6? All right. $15-12. We're just getting slaughtered here. It's horrible. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this time. Honestly. 27-12. 25. I think we'll call that 3-1.5. I'm going to run out of money in a minute. But I mean, this is just really silly, isn't it? We'll beat them, though. Minimum. Three, 1.5, and we're in thousands now, aren't we? And now we're at -4, so we can't possibly win this one, can we? 3, 1.5. I ain't gonna do it. So I know what's up there. 3, 1.5, deal 4.5, 3. We don't have much left, do we? 3,000 and -3. 4.5, 3. Four and a half, 3. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's because we've started a new shoe. I'm looking at that and thinking, what happened to the count? So 4.5, 3 is the 4.5, 3 is good. Need a miracle. Not good enough. Four and a half, 3. So 8-6 basically, but we got to run away here. So we've got okay, so we're looking at 1,175 left in the kitty, right? and we owe 5,000, so that means we're whatever that is down. I've lost myself completely here. I think we're just going to have to do this up here where we go to a 500 minimum and a 50,000 maximum. You can see the count system here. Perfect. Continue. And I think what we did I say? I said 3 1.5 at one point, didn't I? So then that's 5-3. So now we're on 8-6 is the last. No! Damn it. That was a 0. So now we go to 8-9 because after a push, you don't do anything normally unless you can go from a mid-recovery bet to a potential turnaround. So we're going to go to 9,000 now, which is a lovely turnaround bet. Maybe. It's a chance. That's not looking great. 10 would be good. There we go. Magic. Okay. So that was 8-9. That's 0. And we got it. So, I mean, all I'm trying to get across to you folks is the silliness of playing the way that Vegas Matt and Mr. Handpay and Cody Burnett and all the others, Bobby Thingy, and I mean, it's just madness. This random betting against random outcomes. I mean, get money behind you, bet this way, you'll come out fine in the end. And we don't have a lot of profit here. We've got a 9,000 profit on this particular table, but then we're 3,800 behind, so that's 9,000 less 5,000 plus in 38 minutes, which is not terrible, but I've got to give up on this table because it's too expensive. It's a 500 minimum, so I'm going to have to duck out of here, and I'll continue for a bit. Got to adjust the rules to go back to cheap and doodle. And like I say, you can see the count, 7, 8, 9, 0, 10 and ace are -1, and then these guys are all +1. I kind of like the one that goes a 5 is +2 and an ace is -2. But I'm perfectly happy with this, and I can change this if I want to. But then I know that the way that the wizard has it set up, it works. So let's go with that. Anyway, back to the min. And 0. Could have done with that a little earlier. Oh, Christ. It's just so annoying, that. I've got to stop moaning about it, though, haven't I? Yeah, this whole turbo situation is just so weird. All right, so the next bet is 100. And the count is still 0. Okay, next bet is 200 for the push. Still 0. Oh, I thought for a moment we're going to get another nice one of those. All right, well, we're going to have to stand on that. Uh-oh, that wasn't good. So the next bet is lost the 50. So the next bet is 400, and we're still on 0. And obviously, you know, in real play, you don't have a notebook. You got your chips in front of you that help you to sort out what the next bet should be. Can I double now, please? Don't like that. 10 would be good. Oh, Jesus. So we had 50 until 1, so then to 2, so that's 3, 4. So we're in the drop zone now at 0. I always want to hit those, but I just, this friend of mine in Nevada stopped me. He used to win so much when I did that. But I think it makes good sense, but he disagreed. Okay, so that's a repeat. We are in the drop zone. Already I've forgotten what the bet should be. Still 0. Don't do anything about the wash when we're in the drop zone. Okay, dealer push. Okay, now where the hell am I? So this is 7-4. Still 0. Damn it, rubbish. 11-8. 0. Oh, for goodness sake. Now a 10. Not a 10. So that's 1916. So I'm going to call that 2-2. And it's +1. So this is a turnaround bet. Well, will you look at that? Okay, we didn't get much for our 4,000 risk, did we? We got 190. Not great, but very useful for demonstration purposes. All right, so back to the minimum. Oh, oops. Now I can't see a bloody thing because 4:07, the sun's going down. $50 and the count has gone to 1. Yeah, this is dragging on so long. I'm not going to go beyond this page. This non-turbo thing is just a bit silly. It may just be my computer because, I mean, it really does need to be replaced and I keep meaning to do it, but I just don't get there, you know. And also, it's a lot of money. Back to the min, still 1. What's the opposite of turbo? Because this is definitely it. Now we're at 50 and still 1. Now we're at 200, still 1. Oh, that was nice. Don't get a 9, please. Don't get a 6. There we go. All right, I'll let this run for an hour and then I will stop. Back to the men. Count is 1. Stand on that. Wash. 50. Count is 0. $22, please. There we go. Repeat. Count is 0. That's a double. Oh dear, the worst. Oh, come on. Jeepers, creepers. It's a no. So that's a 200 and a +1 count. Gotta stand on that. So that's 3, 4, still 1. I guess that might be a double. Oh God, another worst possible scenario. Oh, it's just getting worse up there, isn't it? Slowly. Yeah, okay. All right. So that's a no. So that's going to be 11.8, but we're in the drop zone and still plus. Okay, so 11.8 it is, plus 2. I think that covers the 11.8, doesn't it? Blackjack. Back to the min. I got a stand though. We're not doing very much here. Count is 1, bet is 25. Bet is 50, count is 1. I do apologise for the slowness of this, but there's naught I can do. Oh, very clever, Mr. Wizard. Bloody show off. Okay, so 51, count is 1. Biggie. Oh, you pig. Double to 200, count is 2. I think we'll stand on that. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Okay. So we're on 4, 5. Count is 1. All right. Now we're on 9, 10. And the count is 1. This is the turnaround bet, maybe. Oh, wait. I'm wrong. No, it's because we've had 3 consecutive losses. So I got that wrong. Got to cancel that. I'm not faking this. It's just we had 3 consecutive losses. I just wasn't paying attention. So it's 9, 5 drop. Still plus 1. Dealer 22 again. So 9, 9, 5 is the bet, and still we're on plus 1. That's a double. Might work. It did. Okay. So we'll take that with gratitude, drop to 25. 55 minutes we're at. Damnation. Bet is 50, count is 1. How come I didn't get the 3 sevens? Doesn't seem fair, does it? Okay, so we're on 51. Count is 1. That's a double. Ten, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Close enough. So that's a double. Back to 25. Count is still 1. This falling back to the minimum is very, very important indeed. I know I go on about that all the time, but it is as important as anything else. 10, 10, 10. Biggie, biggie, biggie. That is 50. Count is 1. Uh-oh. Houston. Oh, very nice. You were just waiting for the coup de grace there, weren't you? Yeah, rat bag. This really does defy understanding. So we're going to repeat that one. 100. And the count is Zippo. Maybe. Oh, come on. All right, we're at 58 minutes. I've had enough of this slow nonsense. So we're showing plus 6187 here. And I don't remember now what the plus was on the other one. But I will discover soon enough. Yeah, we had a decent little profit before. So we've made money. I won't know exactly what the story is as far as the house advantage is concerned. Well, actually, I can do a quick sum. I'll put this on pause. Okay, so I just paused there just long enough to be able to see. I do these things I record these things in columns, and they happen to be columns of 21. So the first lot was plus 10 minus 10. The next 21 was plus 10 minus 10. Then plus 8 minus 13. So the hammer was starting to come down there. Then plus 6 minus 14. So that after 84 bets, we were at plus 34 minus 47, which is pretty bloody difficult, let's face it. It's not nice at all. And then we've ended up at the very end, plus 45 minus 53, which is a house advantage of, I don't know, it's around about 9%, which is about at least 10 times negative expectation for this game. So, that's a good demo. This has been a good demo. It's been terribly slow, and I'm so sorry about that, but I have no control over it. And I will send a note to Mike Shackelford to say, please speed me up again. I need to be sped up because I'm getting fed up. So next time. Okay then. So from a selfish standpoint, this is a much better demo data set for me because it's a very clear overall house advantage. And as usual, pattern betting kicks its ass. And we're looking at an average win of 580, an average loss of 362, which is average win over average loss is 160%, which is what a lot of the sort of like the trolls, the fools, the idiots, the arseholes, the shills, whatever the hell they are out there, all say is impossible. You can't possibly win more when you win than you lose when you lose unless you're cheating. Oy, oy, oy. I know I make them sound like the three witches or whatever, but it really is such nonsense. And it's so much in the interests of the casinos for people to believe this nonsense. And we've learned in America recently that people will believe anything as long as they're not paying attention. If they're paying attention, they won't listen to absolute bullshit from politicians and used car salesmen and other criminals. But people don't listen. That's the problem, isn't it? That's really what it comes down to. People just don't want to listen. They want to go their own way, and they'd rather make a total mess of their lives than pay any attention to anything that's remotely sensible. So, tricky old world, isn't it? What's happening here? This, for some reason, is not as neat and tidy as I'd like it to be. Never mind. I'm going to leave that alone. The worst thing is that I'm afraid counting doesn't come out of this one very well. Pattern betting comes out of it beautifully. The expected result is minus 3,645 based upon the flat actual value being multiplied by the total action. This is all over here, 45,300. Should have lost 3,645. Instead, we won 6,190. There you have it. That's just how it is. This is the sort of thing that I love to see. It's just so clean and tidy and sensible and graphic and everything. And of course, there weren't nearly so many bets this time because the sim was so slow. It was set on turbo, and it was on worse than molasses. It was on deep snow. Wading through 4-foot drifts. But anyway, 3 down, 4 up, 2 down, 1 up, 3 down, 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, blah, all laid out there. And then we'll go and have a look at the count. Neutral count paid us 4,375. Negative paid us about 400. TC true count plus 1, profit of 400. And 1,000 from TC plus 2. So, I'm afraid that based on this honest appraisal, and I do apologize for me constantly coughing and spluttering, but if I don't do that, then I just don't get to do these videos. And maybe that's a better alternative for some of you, but it's not a better alternative for me. So here we go. We had sort of up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, and then a burst at the end there. And that is how these things go. It really is. Looking at a breakdown of individual things here, we had a -6 and a +5. We won 288. We should have lost 550. The next one, -5, 4. Won 1,600. Should have lost 380. This one -12 +6, won 2,225. Should have lost 4,000, 5,000 close enough. Here, -7 +2, won 138. Should have lost 1800. I mean, that's just how the strategy works. And forgive me if I get a little bit grumpy sometimes and mouth off and rant a bit in these presentations, but it's very hard for me to understand why people out there don't understand, because I'm not throwing lies at them. I'm throwing actual play, which now I'm analysing a bit more deeply because I've decided that's the best way to go. And I'm very frustrated by the fact that for some reason these charts are not exactly where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be up against this ear. And it's the perfectionist in me that's driving me nuts here. Oh, no, we can't have that. That doesn't work. Well, there we go. That's a little bit better. I feel a little bit better now. It is. It's a bloody nuisance being a perfectionist, I tell you. Perfectionists are actually idiots. That's what I feel. I remember Barbara Streisand once saying that being a perfectionist was a real burden. She said that her best work came from being a perfectionist, but on the other hand, it made her a real pain in the arse to other people. And I think it's as well to recognise that. Yes, I never got to interview her, but I did at least get to say hello and thank you, which is important, I think. People like that who... my wife was a huge Streisand fan. She had every single album. And it always sounds strange when you say to somebody in Streisand's situation, well, my wife is a huge fan, because it always sounds like you're passing it off to somebody else or you're being condescending. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, all I said to her was, my wife and I are both huge fans and we have all your albums. So, And of course, she, what could she say? She just smiled very sweetly and that was it. Would have loved to interview her. Never got to interview her or Sinatra. I got to shake his hand at a big do in Caesars in Las Vegas many, many moons ago. He's been dead a long time. Alexa, how old is Frank Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra died on the 14th of May 1998 at the age of 82.
My goodness, 1998. I wouldn't have believed that. It's nearly bloody 30 years. Boy, oh boy, Frank. Anyway, good guy. Well, bad guy, but great singer. And a halfway decent actor, too. Anyway, enough of that. I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.